Now, for some of the headlines that we're watching for you this morning, an emotional day of testimony in the Clancy murder trial. The defense expected to call more witnesses and experts today on day 16. Clancy's former mother-in-law taking the stand, describing a woman that she says was desperately seeking help. Listen.
She reached out to me in November and told me that she felt unwell. She felt mostly she had insomnia. She was losing her appetite. She was very anxious and sad.
Do you have an opinion with your observations of Lindsay as to whether or not she was offered help and would just spurn it and not see doctors and not get
She was
treatment?
begging for help.
Susan Clancy describing Lindsay as a wonderful mother, very nurturing, very loving. But on cross-examination, prosecutors pressing Susan on her faith, leading to this tense exchange. Watch.
Now, are you an active member in the Catholic Church?
Yes.
So you're aware that murder is considered a mortal sin?
Counsel, could I see you over here?
The judge actually asking jurors to disregard the question. Texts between Lindsay and Susan also revealing Lindsay's concern about her medication use, saying that she felt dependent on it and couldn't sleep without it. A new personalized mRNA cancer vaccine from Moderna and Merck has cut in half the risk of melanoma returning or spreading after 5 years. That's according to new clinical data. The vaccine is created using the DNA sequence of the patient's own tumor, offering a customized approach to fighting the deadliest form of skin cancer. When combined with Merck's immunotherapy drug, Keytruda, the vaccine reduced the risk of distant metastasis by 59% over 5 years. If it proves effective, phase 3 trial is currently underway, and the vaccine could be what experts call a paradigm-shifting one for melanoma treatment. Shares of Moderna and Merck this morning, we'll take a look at the board, are trading higher. Meantime, Meta pushing back against claims that it designed Facebook and Instagram to hook children as the tech giant faces a landmark trial brought by 29 states. The tech giant accused of using features like infinite scrolling to keep young users engaged while knowing about potential risks to their mental health. Meta denies the allegations, arguing that there is no proven link between social media and adolescent harm, pointing out the safety measures that are in place. The 6-week trial could force major changes to how Facebook and Instagram operate and could lead to billions of dollars in penalties. A transgender defendant who wanted to kill Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent handed a 6+ year prison sentence. 26-year-old Riley Jane English, a biological male who identifies as a woman, pleading guilty to federal weapons charges. Prosecutors saying English was armed with a knife and Molotov cocktails and was arrested near the Capitol on Bessent's confirmation day. English's defense team requesting he serve the sentence in female prison that pushed to the Bureau of Prisons. 2 Penn State fraternities are at the center of a cocaine trafficking ring. 14 people charged in the case. Authorities say the cocaine was brought from New York and Philadelphia, then cut and packaged at the frat houses for sale to other students. Prosecutors say some pledges were even enforced to help cut the cocaine and package those drugs as part of their frat initiation. 2 senior frat members, Agostino Abatello and Thomas Robinson, are accused of leading the operation. Abatello surrendering to authorities yesterday. Penn State has since suspended 1 frat and says that it is cooperating with the investigation. Meanwhile, there's this. The RV industry seeing a bit of a dip, down 16% year to date. But Blue Compass RV isn't hitting the skids. The company says total RV sales are up 20% this year as consumers aim for affordability with uncertain gas prices. The company also expanding to 100 dealerships in 31 states in just 8 years, offering some of the best brands in the industry, including Jayco, Forest River, and Airstream. Joining me now, Blue Compass RV President and CEO, John Ferrando. John, it's great to have you on the program. And you say that the RV purchases are giving people a sense to be, more flexible and more free, but they're also giving us a read on the consumer. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, we Blue Compass came off a phenomenal 2025. Our sales were up double digits, and we just hit our 8th anniversary in June, fastest company ever to sell 250,000 RVs. So while there are some temporary headwinds out in the marketplace for RV, Blue Compass is on a roll. We've had just a great summer. We're taking a lot of market share. Our used RV sales are strong. We've also focused a lot on the higher end consumer, and that consumer's been really strong for us. So brands like Airstream have been flying off the lot.
Let's talk about RVs in general. Almost 100% of them are built right here in the United States, which is great to hear. It's a $150 billion industry. It supports 700,000 American jobs, generates $50 billion in wages. Tell us about the industry's impact on the overall economy, especially with popularity soaring.
Yeah, Jackie, great question. It's a great American industry. I'm proud to be a part of it. Almost 100% of RVs are manufactured in America, most of them in northern Indiana. It supports 700,000 jobs, $150 billion in industry value. It's a great American industry in terms of the customer base, too, if you think about it, especially during America's 250th birthday.
Yes.
Our customers are patriotic. They're buying the product to use it in America, to go out and create lasting memories with family and friends and travel in the great outdoors.
Yeah.
So really great American industry. And Blue Compass operates from coast to coast all over America.
And many people feel there is no better way to see this country than to drive around and be able to experience it firsthand. And so I think there is a resurgence of wanting to get back to the heartland and the roots of America and do it in this way, because you can spend time with family, bond, and enjoy the experience, and it can be comfortable.
Yeah, it's fantastic. There's 40,000 campgrounds out there. You have the national parks, state parks, over 1 million RV campground spaces to step into and use. And we're seeing great usage this summer. Our service departments are very busy. Our service sales are up. Our call center, where we help customers out when they have problems, it's ringing off the hook, which is a very good sign.
Is there a typical buyer, John?
We have buyers from $12,000 lightweight travel trailers to $100,000 Airstreams up to $1 million luxury motorhomes. So we specialize in higher end quality RVs. So that high end consumer has been really strong, and that strategy has paid off for us a lot. And then we also work hard to hit the middle income buyer, that buyer that saves their whole life to buy an RV, to go see America. Over 80% of them are financing it, so they're saving their hard-earned dollars to make what's usually their second biggest purchase behind their house. So we have the full range of consumers.
And typically 50 and up? In other words, if you're in your 30s or 40s, you're raising the kids, but suddenly you're empty nesters, and now you can get the RV and go explore. So that's the point of my question. I mean, is it an older crowd for the most part?
Yeah, you hit it, Adam. Our core customer base is the baby boomers. There's 11,000 Americans retiring every day for the next 10 years, so that's a great core customer base for us. The exciting thing, though, is younger buyers are getting in. Our average or median age of buyer has dropped 4 years over the last 3 or 4 years, so we're starting to see those families come in to make those memories sooner, and that's great, because then they'll keep RVing their whole life once they get into it.
Why is Blue Compass doing so much better this year and over the last couple of years, and the other companies aren't?
Yeah, it's a great question. So we launched our brand in 2023. We're operating from coast to coast. We're really focusing on the customer experience. We have a great culture, great leadership team. We have more training than anyone out there. We have a tremendous amount of sales energy and focus around the customer. We also make great decisions on the product lineup that we offer, so we have the best product lineup out there. So you put all that together, and we're significantly outpacing the competition.
Yeah.
Great American business. Great to have you on this morning as well. John Ferrando, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, coming up, one major equipment supplier betting big on American manufacturing after President Trump's call to reshore production. Fox Business's Grady Trimble is live from Pennsylvania for us with a live report next. You are watching Mornings with Maria live on Fox Business.